All right, guys. I want to go over today's meeting. There's a few meetings today that we've sent out. There's a purpose why I'm sending out these sheets without me navigating, and one of the reasons is I need everybody to start doing these sheets without me. Okay, and I want everybody to see and to understand what they're doing when I'm not navigating, because I can't. It's physically impossible for me to navigate every day. I do a lot of work, and I can't always navigate. So and that's why I send out multiple sheets. And again, when I send out multiple sheets, the sheets are not designed. Multiple sheets are not designed for you to sit there all day and bet. We're not. That's what degenerates do. That's not what the multiple sheets are there for. The multiple sheets are there for you to look at them, after everything that you've been taught, to look at them and say, right, what meeting am I betting at today? Am I betting at Warrnambool? Am I betting at Rockhampton? Etc. Etc. All right, and you pick off the right races. Now, if you didn't win today off these sheets, then there's a major problem. We've got a major problem going on here, and I am a little bit concerned because I've had a few people that have contacted me that never won today, and I'm scratching my head and I can't work out why. And I think one of the things that I think is probably throwing people out is you're probably betting scared. Guys, if you're betting scared, trust me, stop punting. Okay? Do not ever bet scared, and do not ever bet with second thoughts, because if you're going to be betting like that, trust me, don't ever bet. It's not the right way to be. Your headspace should never be like that. You should never be thinking, oh, I'm not sure what you're doing. Everybody should have the rules. The rules are the same. You follow the rules when I'm not navigating. And everyone should know that if we're not navigating, okay, then all the rules apply. That's why the rules were given to everybody. So then you can apply the rules, and you can do it on your own. Now, Warrnambool today was unbelievable, and I don't see how anyone. So I want to go over the sheet and see if everybody's on my page, because whatever the sheet, whatever the units were won today is a reflection of the rules. That's it. And for the guys that are sitting there thinking, oh, I'm going to work off the markets, it's probably what's throwing you out. Now, I probably am causing a sort of a slight problem trying to explain the markets, and I don't want to throw people out, and I'm not trying to throw people out, but the markets are complex. And for you to be sitting there thinking, oh, I'm going to try to work it out and then bet off the sheets and have those thoughts going through your head, you're going to get unstuck. All right, I've been doing this for a very, very long time. And, what you should be doing when I'm not navigating, just follow the rules. That's it. And if you follow the rules, you should not have a problem. Okay, so, race 1 should have been a pass. That's it. It's a pass race. So there's no point even looking at that race. And, I don't even know what won, or race, whatever it won, one of the first starters won. Okay? Now, race 2, okay, here. All right, what do we do here? 2, 5, 7, 14, the first stars, all 4 on, and these runners on top of the data. Now, there's 2 things here, okay? You probably go, oh, it's a pass race. Absolutely, it's a pass race, all right? But I didn't say anything about it being a pass race for a reason, because when I did, it's probably my fault. But if you passed here, it's fine, pass, no problem. We won't even talk about it. Okay, but if I don't say pass on the sheet, then it's not a pass race. The reason why, okay, have a look at the prices. There was only one runner there that was like a big, the 2, okay, I'm sorry, the 5 and the 7. All right, now, what if anyone's cared to listen to me, I've told you in the past, when you're betting against unknown runners and you see them opening up at short prices, take them on. Take them on. That's why I didn't say to pass on the race. Because when you don't want to be taking them on is when they're big prices. Like, look at the 14. If I'd seen that the 2, the 2, the 5 and the 7 were all big prices, trust me, I was going to pass. I do the opposite of what you think. because I've looked at this so many times and I've seen it over the years so many times. When the first starter comes out and it's an unknown runner and it's a short price, take them on. You don't take them on when they're big prices, because that's truly why they're unknown runners. The reason why number 5, and it's because of what I call the big mouths. The big mouths, they can't help themselves. And I love taking on the big mouths. What they do is they go out and, everyone spruiks about this horse, and they forget about the runners that have actually already had rated runs. Okay? And, if you pass on this race, it's not a problem. I'm not telling you. 9 times out of 10, I would just say pass. Okay? But if you don't see that pass button, if you don't say automatic pass, take them on. All right? Now, as I said, again, today, if you didn't bet in this race, no drama. All right? But in future, all right, look at the markets and go, okay, who's the favourite? Take them on. Take on these. Look at this, the 5 and the 7. Take them on. And if they beat you, bad luck. They have to be exceptionally good to come out and beat you, especially these unknown runners, and not at a bad Friday meeting. If the horse was any good, trust me, it wouldn't be starting on a Friday meeting. It'd be starting in the city or the metro meeting in the midweeks. Okay? So this is something that you guys are going to start learning with me when I start doing these sheets and start seeing what I'm talking about. All right? So again, you just have to start applying the rule. I mean, the rules there for most of you guys was there to pass, and that's fine. But I'm just giving you an example of what to do in the future. If you don't see me say automatic pass, bet. End of discussion. I didn't say pass, so bet. Follow the rules. Okay? So we look at race 3. These runners on top, drop 7 and 8. Both runners poor price. 7 is a slight concern. Okay, so what happened here? It was a bet. Okay, so we had the 7. The 7 didn't get matched. Okay, we had the 11, the 12, the 13, and the 14. It was a bet race. It was a lost race. That's it. So that's fine. Okay, we lost to the 9. No drama. We move on. Okay, then we go over to race 4. Okay, and we have our first, pretty much our big fill up for the day. All right, now what the play here should have been is, again, we the 1. All right, the pot here, what was the pot? 94%. Okay, now the 1 was, okay, it was there. There's its price. It was 530. It was 550. So there's no reason why you couldn't have backed the 1. Number 2, it was an emergency, so that's fine. Number 3, steamroller, we got its price, so that's a bet. And the 5, that's a bet. And the 12, that's a bet. So there was a nice little fill up there. Okay, there's no reason why anyone should not have bet in this particular race. So that's, where if you bet in race 2 or whatever the previous race 2, you're 2 from 2, or you're 1 from 2 because you lost race 3. So again, you're seeing things now that there was no reason why you didn't bet. The markets didn't even play any. There's no reason why the markets would have even come into play then. Every runner got matched. Okay, now when you see a pot of 94%. And that thing's 530. Take 480. Take 460. Muck around with the pot. Look at it and go, how much can I drop it? You've all seen me send messages where I've dropped runners, sometimes $1, because it's still in that pot range. Okay, so we go to race 5. All right, and we have a nice fill up race here. Okay, what happens here? We had the 3, which we got price. We got rolls, which we got price. Actually, we didn't get price on the. This was an interesting one here because it was a 60% pot, and this is where everybody's going to start getting thrown out a little bit. Okay, so we've got a 60% pot, and as you all know, okay, when we're going to pop that low, you cannot be taking. This thing here only ever hit 290, 280. Now, if you drop that to $3, that pot was going down to 56%. So far, you're just dropping the 5. So you drop the 5. End of discussion. You've got the 6. You can't take the 6 because it's 260. Okay. Then you've got the 7. which hit price, and you got the 10. I don't see anything in here that suggested all you had to do, these runners on top 6 is the sub runner. Right now, because you couldn't get price on the 6, you take its units off and you put it on the 3, the 7, and the 10. Follow the rules. It's just, that's what I mean. If you're going to start sitting there and going, oh, I'm not sure what to do here, or even if you took the 5, even if you wanted to take the 5, all right, but you couldn't have taken the 5 because it never hit price. I mean, when we're talking about never hit price, it never ever hit price. Look at that, $3, $2.90, $3.10, $3. You wanted, and at no point did that ever hit that price. Now, you could have done two things here. You could have said, we're going to take on the 5 and the 6, which is probably what most of you would have done. All right? And I get if you'd done that, but again, when you're navigating, you can make a decision. And if I'd been navigating this race, I'm telling you now, okay, the 5 was going to get dropped. End of discussion. Now, again, you don't overthink these things. When you start overthinking, it's what bookies want. You just got to be void. You got to go null. You got to go, you know what? I'm just gonna back this thing. Now, that was a massive fill up because what happened then was, right, if you drop the 5, put 1.15 units on the 3, 0.77 units on the 7, and then 1.27. I mean, it's a massive fill up, and that's why everyone's asked me, why do you want to do it? That's for that reason. And that's a classic reason for it. All right? Now, if you didn't bet in the race because you were worried about the 5 and 6, I get it because I've been navigating like that. But you guys are not experts on the markets. So if you didn't, that's where you're getting probably thrown out. You're looking at that and going, oh, what King would have done then? Well, what King did, he didn't overthink. He backed the 3 runners. Because I'm following the rules. End of discussion. Okay? I mean, and that's where you're going to get your big fill-ups. Don't try to overthink it. Don't try to overcomplicate it. Corporate bookmakers love you guys overcomplicating these things. You just got to be a bit smart when you're doing this on your own. Okay? You know, you're not going to do exactly 100%, and don't be too hard on you if you didn't do it correctly. Okay, so we go to race 6. Okay, and we had another really nice fill up here. We had the 1, which was an emergency, so it never hit price. We had number 2, okay, 517. It never hit price. Now, if it's 517 into 340, if I rated it at 517, if it's a 19% chance of winning, then it's a 19% chance of winning. Drop it. Don't overthink it. If that thing was 370 and it went from 370 to 280, all right. But I gave it a $5 chance for a reason because I think it's a $5 chance. The one that I was worried about was the 1. It was a 490 chance, but it would. So this is another big fill-up race. Now, had you dropped that, all right, and all you had to do in that race is drop the 2, load up on the 5, the 7, and the 8, and you got another big fill-up. That's how you got to play it. When I'm not here, all right, that's how you got to play it. You try to overcomplicate things is not going to be your best friend. Had you just been a Yoda and said, that's it, I'm just going to follow the rules, get the rule book out and go, what does the rule say to do? This is what the rules say to do. To sit there and try to work out the markets, in all due respects to everybody, you're not up to that point yet. Okay? And you will not be up to that point. You think it's taken me 20 years to get to that point. And to try to sit there, so don't be hard on yourself if you actually didn't bet on the race. Okay? Don't be hard on yourself. Don't sit there and think, oh, I've stuffed up, I've ruined this. You haven't, but I want everybody to work out, this is when I'm not around, what to do. And if you didn't bet in that race because you were worried about the 1 and the 2, that's fine. That's your call, but you have to live with that call. All right, but if we've got a horse rated at 517, it's gone from 517 into $3.50, then they're the ones that you've got to drop. Worry about it if it was like $3.30 into $1.90 or something. That's the thing, oh, hang on. But that thing was rated at $5.17 for a reason, because I gave it a $5.17 chance. End of discussion. So that was another big fill-up. if you'd played in that race. Okay, then we go to race 7. All right, and this is an interesting race here. All right, so we've got the 1, which was matched. Okay, the 2, 480 into 270. Again, it's basically a $5 chance. So drop it. What's the drama here? Drop it. The horse that we had to worry about was the 6. Drop the 2, the 3, include the 6. Happy days. That was the play there. Again, when I'm not around, just follow the rules. All right? In time, I will educate everybody on the markets. The markets are not going to take me to sit there over 10, 15 minutes to teach us what to do. Now, again, if you didn't play in the race because you thought, oh, this is just, I'm not going to take on the, you were worried about the 3, that's okay. But there's another race there that, you've missed out. I mean, and the pot was still 70%, so it was still good to be playing in. Now, had you added the 6, okay, and you couldn't make pot, then no problem. It's not a drama. But there was still a nice, that runner there was $3. It was, I had it rated it blew out to 310. I had it rated at 261. That was my only drama for this runner. Now you'll ask, why was it an emergency? Because I didn't want to take, I didn't, even though I had it on top, I still didn't want to take the 261, but I certainly was going to take the $3. Okay, and this is the tricks. This is the tricks that they do. The 3 was never a $2.70 chance, so dump it. And that's what the sub runners are there for. The sub runners are there for late scratchings and to add a horse that at the time when I had it rated at a certain price, and the markets agreed with me. So that was another race where it would have been a nice little fill up. Well, it wasn't a nice fill up, but you would have made some money out of it. Okay, and then we go to race 8. Okay, and again, there's 5 picks. It's the last race. I think one of the favourites, something that I dropped, I think had won. All right, so the 6 had won the race. It was another. We lost. So as you can see, what I'm trying to explain to everybody when you're looking at these sheets, all right, when you're looking at these sheets on your own, to try to sit there and try to work out, what's the market's doing, you're only going to get yourself really, really confused. Okay. Now, as I said, in time, all right, you'll start seeing a pattern. All right, and that pattern will come, but it won't come overnight, and it's definitely not going to happen straight away. So if you didn't win at Warrnambool today, all right, don't be too hard on yourself. But as you can see, there was no reason why you didn't bet or nor follow the rules today. Because that's sometimes me navigating could be your worst enemy, because you're probably going to start overthinking what to do, and then all of a sudden, when you start doing that, it really is game over for you. You start sitting there and you go, oh, I shouldn't have done this, and I should have done that, and I should have done this, and again, it's just one of those calls that you have to make yourself, and those calls are sometimes right and sometimes wrong. And when you're flying, okay, when you're absolutely flying and you're making these calls, you just got a great roll on. So again, guys, when you're on your own, just be a little bit smart and try not to overcomplicate things and just follow the rules. Okay?